Dance monkey. Dance monkey. Don't know what to call this one, you know. Maybe the government knows how to get black people emotional. Or maybe the government uses the media and the news to distract black people. So I released that video yesterday, the one where I'm talking about the black youths, them are 6 times more likely to get strip searched by the police. And it got me thinking. Someone also left a comment underneath that video saying that they wish the media will stop publishing this nonsense news and that. And I agreed with him. And it got me thinking back to a time when I watched the Andrew Tate podcast, innit? Free up man like Andrew Tate. Watch one of his podcasts and that. And I never agree with this mask nonsense and that. I was all in shops. People were trying to tell me, putting on my telling people, shut your mouth and that. You know, people that don't even work in the shop, just customers and that. Trying to tell me to put on my mask, tell them, shut their mouth. I remember one time me and my girls walking through B&Q. And I did look like a tramp that day, and she was looking prestige that day, like wearing a nice fur coat and that. And we were walking side by side, and some white woman didn't even realise both of us were next together. I was covered in paint and all them things there. I remember we just viewed a property and then we went to B&Q. And this white woman, I don't know why she thought she could tell my girl, maybe because she thought my girl looked nice or whatever, and it was her way to try and bad up a nice looking girl. And that's what women are like, you know. They want to try and chief up and bad up nice looking girl. Any girl right now that's a nice looking girl, you will have women hating on you and trying to bad you up just because you're good looking and that. She tried to tell her, put your mask on and that. I told him, I said, shut your mouth, blood. So anyway, I was against wearing this mask thing and that. It's nonsense and that. And I remember Andrew Tate was making jokes and that, but he was serious about what he was saying. And he was like, the government knows how to manipulate people so much to the point where they can just manipulate people and tell people to do what they want just for laughs, just for kicks and that. And he said, imagine, yeah, the government told people, when you go into a restaurant, you need to wear a mask, then you need to go to your table, sit down, take the mask off, and then when you want to get up to go to the toilet, you need to put the mask on, go to the toilet, finish using the toilet, come back, and then take the mask off and continue your dinner. Then when you get up to leave to exit the restaurant, you need to put on your mask and leave. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe, just maybe, like, if I was a white racist man who was in power in government at the top, if I felt for one reason, like, if I felt that, not that this would happen, innit, yeah, because God forbid black people get on the right path and start moving forward as a race. God forbid that fucking happen, innit? God forbid black people actually say to themselves, you know what? Let's stop all the nonsense and that. Let's become the best version of ourselves and improve our race and our community and that. God forbid that happen, innit? But let's say, for example, I was a white racist man in power, yeah? In government and that. I don't believe the government is racist, innit? But let's just say I was. If I ever thought for 1 minute that black people were starting to make moves and get ahead and that. You see how the Jews and that, they're ahead and that, because you get me, they work smart and they're sensible people and that. If I ever thought to myself, yeah, you know what, yeah, these black people are starting to wisen up, you know. Maybe they're starting to surpass white people and all the other races and that. Do you know what I'll do? I'll just come up with some bullshit news, whether it's true or not. I'll just come up with some bullshit news and tell the black people and publish it all over the media and that you know, black children are 6 times more likely to be victimized by the police and strip searched and that. That is like a fucking atom bomb in the black community and that. I could just imagine. When the people there, I saw the post, like I said in the video, I saw the post, I carried on scrolling. I can imagine some people, couple older women and men and that, whatever in it, yeah? As soon as they see, raw, black children are 6 times more likely to get strip searched by the police. I can imagine some people are really getting frustrated and angry over it. And I just saw it and I just thought, well, yeah, I know why. Because black people are committing more crimes. Yeah, or black people might not necessarily be committing more crimes than that, but they're more bait, they're more out here, yeah. They put a target on their back, blood. Told you already in that video. I went to Stokey for the first time when I was all 15 years old, like a 08, yeah, I think like 2008 and that. And I remember I met a youth, he was 11 years old, he was shot in, blood. He was shot in. And not too long ago, I actually linked up with his brother. His brother is my brethren, innit? Linked up with him, ain't spoke to him for years and that. And he's on the right path, he's doing well for himself and that. And me and him are chilling in that, and I was gonna ask, and I thought, you know what, I'm a man. I know some people might think man comes across negative and that, and anti and that. All right, cool. I don't like bad news, you know. So you know what, I didn't even bother ask my brother about his little brother, you know. I didn't bother ask my brethren about his little brother because I know his little brother was on the wrong path and that. And I didn't even want to hear no mad story. I didn't want to hear, oh, you know what, fam, he just got an 8 a couple years ago, you know. I don't want to hear. He might be on the right path. He might be, but you know what? I didn't even want to hear. Yeah, so I didn't even bother ask. Yeah, literally the local youth that is 11 years old, that is shutting, right now he might be, yeah, about 26 or something like that. I don't know what a man's on. I didn't even want to ask. You know, sometimes, yeah, yeah, no news is good news. Sometimes you don't even want to ask the questions to find out. And that. Literally, if the government wanted to distract black people and piss them off and get them emotional and take their eyes off the ball, just put some bad news out there in the media and that. Black people will drop everything that they're doing and start placarding and out in the open and that, outside the House of Parliament, outside Buckingham Palace and that, protesting and that, taking their eyes off the ball. You know, there were black people that were flying over to fucking China because apparently in China, I saw some videos and that, apparently in China, they had pictures of black people next to apes and gorillas and that in the museum. There were black people that were flying over there. What the fuck for, fam? Do you think, yeah, in Poland or India or some other non-black country, they're taking the piss out of black people and that, putting up pictures of them and making them out to be monkeys and that? You think I'm gonna stop what I'm doing to go over there for what, blood? If people want to mock and diss black people in other countries, let them do what they need to do in it. Yeah, that's up to them, blood. The fuck, fam? You think I'm stopping what I'm doing? Man, I'm making like videos and all this. What? How is that helping us, blood? Man are talking about going over there and signing petitions and that to get the whatever, the paintings or the pictures and that in the museum. Let me turn up the heat, it's getting a bit cold. Turn the pictures in the museums taken down and that. Blood, what's that doing for you, blood? How is that affecting you, blood? That's in a different country, fam. Now, obviously, if they got that in the country that you reside in, and there's a you know, a significant black population, then yeah, obviously, I would expect you to, you know what I'm trying to say, that I ain't the type of man just to shut my mouth and lay down and that. But blood, I'm not flying over to fucking China. Yeah? I'm not contacting no one in China to take down nothing that's got anything to do with mocking black people. I don't give a fuck. What's that got to do with me, blood? If I never knew about it, how would that affect me? Yeah? Imagine if I didn't know about it, it would not affect me. So therefore, you know, it don't really affect you and that. It's all a psychological thing, blood. But literally, obviously I made a joke at the beginning, dance monkey and that. Listen, the government is the puppeteers, yeah? And we're the puppets. And literally, if they want to control us and that, they just put some narrative and that, whether it's true or not. Do you know, certain times, like I said earlier, sometimes it's best to not know, you know. Sometimes it's best to not just ask, you know. I didn't ask my brethren about his little brother and that, because I didn't want to hear no bad stories and that. I was keeping this interaction nice and positive and that. I didn't want to hear no negative stories. Maybe there wouldn't have been no negative stories, but I didn't even want to find out. I didn't even want to hear. So you know what? I didn't even bother ask. You know what? Certain times it's best, yeah, that they don't put certain information out there, even if it's true, because it's gonna have a negative effect, blood. Imagine all the people that are wasting their time protesting and that out on the streets and that. Imagine they didn't know about this, black children are 6 times more likely to get strip searched and that. They would be doing something more positive. They'll be focusing their energies on themselves. As I say, this is how we cure the black community. This is how we get rid of all and solve all our problems. We need to focus on ourselves. But if the government thinks to themselves, you know what, let's distract black people and that, that's the easiest way for us to stop focusing on ourselves and doing other nonsense and that. You'll never catch me protesting and that. What am I protesting for? What am I signing a petition for, blood? But that's it. Quick video. Stay wise. Done now.